So I got an email from a subscriber, and he's dealing with a woman who's going hot and then cold on him. Say that with me one more time. She's going hot and then cold on him. Now, to most of you, what that would imply is she is playing games. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put his email up here. I'll keep his name private, but I'll read this line by line, and then we are going to dissect this. So he goes, "Hi, Casey. I'm hanging out with multiple women at this moment, but I'm only interested in one girl who's been showing me obvious signs of this hot and cold technique that women do. Like one week she's calling me to see what I'm doing, answering fast, direct messages, but the next week she's leaving me undelivered for hours and even days. Whenever I snap her, she opens up my Snapchats fast when she's showing this cold behavior. I thought about posting other girls while she's doing that to punish this sort of behavior. I don't condone." And he goes, "Just Snapchats and stories of me eating with another girl or stuff like that." He goes, "Do you think this would be a good move? And what would you do if you were in my position? Thanks a lot." Okay, this is a really, really, really good question, because the first thing is I have dealt with women like this in the past, and I'm going to be breaking this down line by line, kind of how I did in the other Q&As, because this is a very good question, and all of you are going to come across this. So the first thing I'm going to say right off the bat is you have to understand that this is a woman who is dealing with multiple men. And the reason why I know this is because it's not even that she's trying to necessarily not give you as much attention to play games. It's that she literally is dealing with that many notifications on her phone. I'll give you an example. I'm in that position right now as I just moved recently. As I moved, there's tons of messages and history that I have not seen or checked recently, because the thing that you got to know is, number one, women have lives too. They also have social lives, even when they're dating. And number three, she's probably dating multiple men. Now, even me, myself, as a man, there are certain friends that I have, like even today, there's friends today who have text messaged me that I have not yet replied to, but I have opened up their Instagram stories. This happens, okay? People are on their phone, but they don't always reply at your pace. So I'm going to be breaking this down line by line to show you why. He goes, "Casey, I'm hanging out with multiple women at the moment, but I'm only interested in one girl who's been showing me obvious signs of this hot and cold technique that women do." Okay, there's two things here. Number one, I'm going to challenge most of the other dating content on the internet where guys tell you, "Oh, you'll forever be fulfilled by having multiple women." Here's the truth. All of you, and I mean every single one of you, will come across one specific girl that you like more than others. And when you like that one girl more than others, you cannot help but to get your emotions emotionally invested into her. You start to think about her more. You start to wonder what she's doing. You start to think about future dates that you can plan with her. And the funniest thing about that is this. All of the other girls who you're talking to, you could give a flying fuck when you reply to them, or when you get to see them next, or when that next date is, and that's why they keep chasing you. The one woman that you do want, you're sitting there just like you're doing, which is why you're writing this email to me, where you're strategizing on your phone, you're strategizing the text messages that you're going to send to her, and you're thinking about how you can eventually get this girl to be with you. She will sense that energy. Until you fully stop giving a fuck on all levels, you can never actually get the women that you want. You have to completely let go and completely release any of this attachment type energy to any one circumstance, because you have to realize this. Just because you view her that way, there is another guy that she's talking to that views her as one of the girls who you view in your rotation. So all these other girls you're talking to, or you have a rotation or a roster of women you're talking to, there's a different guy who's giving her that energy, who's going to end up winning this girl over. So always keep that in mind. Your perception of her, or your perspective of her, is very rarely her perception or her perspective of herself. So let's dive into this. I'm hanging out with multiple women, but I'm interested in one girl. I'm only interested in this one girl who's showing me obvious signs of this hot and cold technique women do. Okay, here's what you got to know. She's not doing a hot and cold technique. She literally just doesn't give a fuck when she texts you back. See, that's the thing, is men oftentimes think that women are purposefully playing games, and there definitely is women who do that, because women have game too. But what you have to know is that she is literally just living her life, and she ain't operating on your time. She's operating on her time. Sometimes she decides to check her Snapchat when she wants, and other times she replies to her text messages when she feels like it. So I'm going to tell you something about people. People will always do what they're going to do, regardless of what you say. If you're dating a girl, no matter what you do, that girl gets to wake up and decide every single day if she's going to cheat on her boyfriend or not. If you're in business with somebody, that person, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how you curate that relationship, that person you're in business with decides for themselves if they're the type of person where they would screw somebody over or not. You cannot control people. Natural human nature says that people will do what people are going to do, and people are going to do regardless of what you want them to do or not. So she's not necessarily playing games. She just is operating on her own time. That's how most women do things, is they operate their day to day on their own emotions, and her emotions dictate when she wants to reply to things. So let's keep this going. One week she's calling me to see what I'm doing, answering fast, direct messages, but the next week she's leaving me undelivered for hours and even days. Yes, it's because she doesn't care when she replies to you. So what you have to know is your interest level is higher than hers, and she can sense that your interest level is higher than hers, which means the reason why she's pulling back and the reason why she's leaving you undelivered and she's not replying is because she believes in her heart of hearts that she has a higher sexual market value than you do, which means the only way that you navigate around this is you need to fully stop pursuing. You need to fully stop pursuing, and you need to fully let her come to you on her terms. What you have to understand about women is when they want a guy, they will fight tooth and nail through hell and high water, no matter what they have to do to try to lock him down. She's going to be strategizing ways she can get a relationship out of the guy that she wants. And right now we live in a day and age where majority of women have far more options than majority of men. Okay. Right now you can be a multimillionaire with a private jet, and you can be 6'5" with 6-pack abs. And guess what's going to happen? That girl who is just naturally woke up and was blessed by God of being the cute girl, she's probably always going to have more options than that guy. Keep this in mind. Your emotions in this are too invested for a potential, relationship or a woman that's not even necessarily your girlfriend yet. You're too invested. So he goes, next week she's leaving me undelivered for hours and even days. Whenever I snap her, and I'm guessing he means Snapchat, she opens my snaps fast when she's showing this cold behavior. So the first thing that I can tell you too, or another thing that I can tell you, you are communicating with her on far too many communication panels. Meaning you should not be direct messaging a woman and Snapchatting her and text messaging her and calling her on the phone. All that signals is you have super high interest. You need to come across that you have some value in these interactions too. So what I mean by that is tell the woman that you're talking to how you would like to be communicated with. So you say, hey, only text me between this hour and this hour of the day. This is when I reply. I'm working the rest of the day. Right away, you're already going to signal higher value than majority of the other men in her inbox that will freely communicate with her throughout the day. So that's first. Set the parameters on when you want her to reply to you. You can say, hey, I'm busy. Contact me at this time. Another thing that you can say or you can do is, hey, I don't check XYZ app, XYZ app, XYZ app. I only text. Here's my number. Here's my number to contact me. What you're trying to do is you're trying to use some psychological frames of value to make your value stand out compared to the other men. So that's important. Always, and I mean always, set the parameter for how people get access to you. Okay, a true man's man, or a true man with things going on in his life, a man of status, is hard to get a hold of. I want you to think right now, imagine you're a Fortune 500 CEO or you're the president of some country. Is anybody going to just have access to that guy? Is anybody going to be able to Snapchat that guy or to text message that guy? Absolutely not. There's going to be parameters around his communication. You need to carry yourself as if your time has value. Right now, if she has access to you on all these different media panels, rest assured you're going to look like an average, everyday, run-of-the-mill guy that she doesn't want, because women want men of status and women want men of value. It is important to carry yourself as such, or you will not have options. Let's keep this going. Whenever I snap her, she opens up my snaps fast when she's showing this cold behavior. Once again, it's not cold behavior. Your interpretation of how you see the world, of how you're guessing she judges life, is typically never her view of the world. The way she sees the lens of attraction is typically never the way you see the lens of attraction. And you will never know what that woman is actually thinking. You will never know what she's actually feeling, and you will never know what she's actually wondering. Because of that, it's best to not make assumptions, and it's just let the communication and let what's actually happening in the real world dictate your next move. And right now she's not showing you a lot of effort or emphasis, which means you don't need to show her a lot of emotional effort or emphasis either, because she doesn't care about you that way. Let's keep this going. I thought about posting other girls while she's doing this. That way she can, or when she's doing this, for the behavior that I don't condone, just Snapchats or stories of me eating with another girl or stuff like that. Do you think this is a good move? What would you do if you were in my position? So I do not think that that is a good move, because once again, if you're having to write me this email and I can feel the energy that you're giving off, she can definitely feel the energy that you're giving off. She can tell that you really like her. She can also tell that you're really invested in her, and she can tell that you really desire her. And those are the reasons why she doesn't desire you. Because the frame of value that you have set for yourself is not one of value. It is not one of status, and it is one that oftentimes women really despise. Women despise men who are easily accessible, who appear to be needy, and who appear to be emotionally invested. This one girl that you really want, if you get back into your masculine energy where you treat her as if she is one of the other girls that you're hanging out with, because you say in the beginning of this message, you say, I'm hanging out with multiple women at this moment. The girl that you really want, you need to be showing her that same type of energy as these other girls that you're talking to. So no, if you give off the energy and the vibe that you really like this girl, the second you start posting pictures of you eating with other girls and stuff like that, and you try to do things subtly, she is most likely going to know that this is directed towards her. She's going to know that you're probably hurt. She's going to know that you're probably emotionally invested, and she's going to know that you're doing this as a strategy to look like you still have options. Will it potentially work? Maybe. But at the same time, if this is not normal behavior for you, don't do it. Now, if you would have came to me with this email and you say, hey, I consistently post women on my stories and I consistently take pictures of the dates that I'm on, I'd say, yeah, go ahead. But those are things you probably should have been doing from the beginning. So to recap this, the one girl that you really want, and this is for all of you watching this channel, the one girl that you really want, you need to treat her the exact same as if she is all of the other girls that you've talked to in the past that you didn't care if you actually dated long term or not. You need to give her that same type of energy. The second thing that I want you to remember is a man of status sets parameters around the communication for how women get access to him. If you're communicating with her on direct message, voice message, way too much. Set the communication patterns for how you want to be spoken to, not how you're hoping to get a hold of her. And number 3, you need to detach your emotional investment from this woman. She probably feels as if she has higher sexual market value than you. If she has higher sexual market value than you, or she feels that way because hypergamy is a feeling, naturally hypergamy is no longer satisfied, and she's going to be looking for a better option. You do not have to read between the lines. It's not hot versus cold. It's not her hot and cold technique. She's not playing games. She literally just doesn't like you to the same level that you like her. And the way you do that, the way you shift this energy so hopefully she views you the way you want to be viewed, is you need to play your cards different than all of the other men out there who are consistently chasing this woman and that are in her inbox. That is how I would reply to this. This is how you need to act and carry yourself if a woman is going hot and cold on you. And the best bet that you can have right now, if it's not completely tarnished, if the relationship or if the interactions are not yet destroyed, is to completely pull back. Show that you have the strength to pull back. Show that you have the strength to not need her, and then let her mind wander so it shows that, hey, maybe he found somebody else. Maybe he wasn't as emotionally invested in me as I thought. The better you get at playing the game of life on your own terms, the higher level of dating success you'll have. If you like this video, I want you to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.